All right, we're back with episode 6. We'll try to get through this real quick. I'm gonna talk faster because we might be expecting a call. We're using the phone as our camera, so let's go. Okay, so this is episode 6 of the Corey Taylor series. Finally into some harder Slipknot. And there's a reason I picked this song. Actually, a couple after listening to it. I know it pretty well. This is your first taste of real Slipknot, I guess.
As far as I know.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just get into it. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that. We're going to watch the lyric video. And then I will post the lyrics in the comments if you want to follow along. Yeah, let's just go. Here we go. All right, so this is Slipknot, Eyeless, lyric video.
Trying to read this.
Son, cause he's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing. Many times if you wanted to die, it's your life. I
had to break it up. It's going. So, real quick.
I'm so confused why you stopped.
I know. Sorry. Well, this is one of the reasons. I didn't think about it at first. The reason I wanted to do this video or this song as your first taste of Slipknot is just because of the voice, and we're going to talk about it because that's what we talked about in the other songs, Corey Taylor's voice. But anyway, after remembering this song, I was like, yeah, this is really the first song. This is what kind of hooked me. Like, I had heard other Slipknot, or a few others. But really, it was just this line that just came up. Where he says, I am my father's son. He's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing.
You're all, I'm my brother.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm with you, Corey. I feel you there.
Jeez.
So, that's what kind of got me in. I'm like, okay. I understand this guy.
His style of singing and stuff makes me think of System of a Down.
They were more kind of new metal here. So yeah, it's kind of a little more
kind of playing rapping, with it. Almost. Yeah, kind of, just different sounds.
Yeah, it wasn't really, I mean, the vocals, all this album is will be a little more like that, playing with it, rapping or faster. Not as much growling, but there's screaming in this. That was one of the reasons why I picked this. So anyway, let's just get into it. Back to the California Can't See California Without Marlon Brando's Eyes. That's the chorus. Okay, here we go. And we're going to California, so
tomorrow.
Prepare yourself. Here we go.
am my father's son, cause he's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing. Many times if you wanted to die, it's your life for me. All you have to do is get rid of me. You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah. I tried, you lied to me for so long. Everywhere I go, there's a sense of it. Become my antics and give me a choice. Doesn't matter if I give a shit aside. That you guide me, you get to California without Marlon Brando's eyes. Get to California without Marlon Brando's eyes. You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah. Everybody else got pride. Do you wanna take my life? Maybe I was lost my right.
real quick, I was gonna say,
Kind of changing its tempo like system too.
a little bit. I just mentioned the other video because you talked about Stone Sour being Christian rock. So yeah, after coming back to this again, the lyrics about the "I'm my father's son," I was like, oh yeah. And then this, thinking of Save and stuff again. This coming up. There's a little singing part here too. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that before we get into it.
Kind of a lot of yelling there towards the end, screaming, if you will. But yeah, I liked it throughout. I liked the screaming throughout, even. It got a little, like, there's a lot of it at the end where I'm just like, God, it hurts. It sounds like it hurts. I know it doesn't because they do it right and they do it so blah, blah. But it just still sounds like it hurts.
That's where you're wrong. He actually fucked up his voice.
Really?
Doing that.
Wow,
Yeah.
then he's doing it wrong.
This, and I think this next album are really hard. Well, the next album was like really, that's like their heaviest album. And he was doing it wrong. He had to change things up. Because by the third album, like when they went on tour, like, yeah, it sounded bad. Like when they did it live, his voice was shot. He had to kind of work on it. By like the next time they toured, it finally started getting better. But yeah, he was doing it wrong. You could tell. Well, I don't know if you can
It
tell.
sounds like it hurts.
I was gonna say that motherfucker, the music drops and you just hear like, you sound like there's like
scratching
chords or like
it sounds like it hurts.
Stretching and.
But the music is very interesting all throughout. I love that they play with the left and right.
Yeah, remember we were talking about we've been listening to a lot of older music, and we're like, where are some newer bands that do that? So they're not
Queen,
that
like
new.
they even showed in the movie that Queen goes back and forth, for example.
Yeah, they're not that new. This song isn't that new, but I forgot that they really do play with that in some of their music. Yeah,
Queen and Rush and these other ones we're listening to.
Yeah, it kept bouncing back and forth. And like I told you, there's so many of them. There's 9 members.
Oh, shit.
So so there's a lot of going on. You can kind of hear things popping in and out, different.
I loved I really liked the music. It was good. I don't know what to say. It's like it's not like they had fun making it, but that they know music, which is funny because I feel like they're more creative than with the slower stuff, and with his other music that we've listened to so far. It's been kind of a lot of probably just basic chords, and a kind of more simple structure. Whereas this, they were really playing with it, so maybe they need that whole group to really pitch in and play with the do-do-do-do. It's just more, it's just a little more creative, it felt like, and I like that. I like the other songs, so I feel like I could play them, but that's not necessarily a compliment. But I feel like I could sing them and play them because, I'm not that good at the guitar. It's more simple chord structures. And I could sing them. This I can't sing. I wouldn't sing, but or scream or whatever. But it's fun to listen to. So I mean, if someone played this for me, I'd listen to it. But if you throw on like a music video or something, I wouldn't watch it. I don't like those masks. They're scary.
Well, just the mask, because I was gonna say actually watching a live performance Like, I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, no. I
You
mean,
still be
I can
scared of
picture
the
them on the
mask.
stage. I've seen clips of them
We
on
might
stage
have to
and
do one of
stuff.
those. Yeah.
I'll go back this whole time. And then flash forward to the next day where I talk about all my nightmares. I'm big wuss.
Yeah.
Just get it out there. I read it. It's fun.
Yeah, so yeah, that was why I thought this was. I mean, I guess it's kind of a little heavier. The next album, this is more new metal. I guess the next album is a little too, but this one's more what you were referring to, System of a Down. Yeah. So you'll get a lot more, which they actually do have like a DJ, like you heard in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but like as the albums go on, you kind of hear less of him. But yeah, they do have like a DJ and then like a sample. Someone who does samples. But yeah,
they kind of got a lot going on, but it makes it cool. I don't know. It sounded cool to me. I liked it.
Yeah. But again, the reason I picked this was the voice. So all this whole series, we've been listening to Corey's voice. We did all the slow ones, all his like ballads or whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you finally hear him. This is kind of more like rapping. Like it's not really, I guess he doesn't really necessarily sing a lot anyway until you get to some parts of a song. Some songs choruses he does sing. But yeah, this is the one I wanted to get into because of the whole ending with the whole screaming. Like this one, he just keeps screaming.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's like after all these years, like that happened, but it did, take a toll, and he had to come back.
So you know how like we're in the car, and the song's playing. I get really upset if you change it before it's over. Mm-hmm. I still get upset if you just like randomly abruptly changed it, but you can fade this one out on me.
You like
and then switch to something else.
Screaming.
Yeah, well, maybe one round of it, but he does it like 4 times or something, and it's like, it just sounds painful.
Yeah, it was, I guess.
Even the screaming throughout the rest of it was fine, because he was doing some of that, fun stuff, but...
Yeah, but no, it did, it was painful. I mean, it did,
I know that line was painful for you.
The what?
That line.
Oh. Yeah.
Dad's leave. You don't have to be a pussy about it.
Every time. Yeah.
What's that? No, is that quote? I usually quote Simpsons.
That sounds so familiar. I don't know.
Oh, you know why you don't know it? It's Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to know anything about that movie.
Shut up. There's good
Yeah,
parts.
actually, we did watch it.
moments.
So that's the same as this can fade out at the end. That can fade out at the end. We could just stop that right before the ending, and it's fine. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh no, I was just gonna throw a little joke there about so like Father's Day, I'm always like, oh, what's that like? And I always ask you. I was like, oh, you have a dad, or your dad's around? Anyway, so all right, I think we're done. I guess the main lyric in this, or the chorus, is "You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eye," which we're going to California.
Nice.
We don't have Marlon Brando's eyes, so we're not going to see the real California. Right? I don't know if it was Corey, or I guess he writes the lyrics. I'm sure he's the one, or maybe the whole band, someone in the band saw this person. So it was a homeless person that was screaming this, or I don't know if they had a sign or just screaming it.
About Marlon Brando's eye?
You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eye. Yeah. That's what. The rest of the song, I don't know. I mean, just kind of just yelling, just like, fuck everyone, basically, is kind of the whole song. But that chorus, yeah, it's like, you can't, which makes sense. I mean,
yeah, that's actually kind of
like,
deep for the person with the sign.
More like, more like money, I guess, not necessarily Marlon Brando's eyes, but money, fame. If you have that, you get to see and experience.
Well, I used to think of the movie we just watched, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep.
It's a whole different experience.
Yeah, so anyway, so that was the main lyrics. The rest, whatever, just wanted to get to the vocals. But yeah, we'll do more Slipknot. Probably some new stuff. That was the thing. We're trying to get on there because we want to get into, maybe we'll start doing some of the new. They just are about to release an album, or they did something. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get into it. Any other suggestions, go to the channel page, look in the About section, and you can see how to properly request a video. If you want to do that, it's a good shot. You'll get your video. We'll do your video.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
especially the first.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna get out of here. Yeah. All right, we're done. All right, good night.